Preliminary card. Light heavyweight fight. Rondo Studebaker. Victor Young.
Light heavyweights, Rondo Studebaker looks fat as shit.
Rondo Studebaker. Victor Young, if you recall, Victor Young is an amnesiac, still suffering from amnesia. Former professional mixed martial artist is still slowly remembering what he's learned. Meanwhile, Rondo Studebaker in the grayish blue is an auto mechanic and a member of the Teamsters Union.
Yeah, fuck him. Hey, how about you get some Just for Men for your beard, huh? Bag of ass.
Well, Studebaker, very much a ground fighter. He's got a lot of strength in his hands. He's got very strong hands. And he goes for an arm triangle. All of my notes on Studebaker are talking about his impressive stand-up game. We're seeing a submission attempt right here.
Wait, you do know?
Well, our crack team of researchers, who of course are our researchers on crack, don't tell us a lot of things, as you know. But the last time we saw Victor Young was a losing effort at HCL 9 to Ishmael Bowerstern.
Old goldfish brain.
He lost via decision. Hasn't won since his debut at HCL 3. He is 1-2, facing the debuting Rondo Studebaker, who comes out of Munster, Indiana, fighting out of Hillsborough, Illinois. Again, Teamster and mechanic.
And Indiana, just a despicable place to live in general. I feel sorry for him now, actually.
Isn't that true?
What is that?
Meth capital of the world, I hear. Is that not?
Oh yes, lovely meth everywhere. Gary, Indiana smells like a giant armpit. And don't get me started on Wayne County.
You seem to know a lot about Indiana there, Randy.
I don't know what you're implying. Maybe I did freebase there when I was younger. Who knows?
Well, it's nice to see that you're past that these days. But we got quite the ground here from Victor Young. Oh, nice punch from the guard. Rondo Studebaker's guard is open and therefore allows Victor Young to pass the side control, but Studebaker rolls through, goes right to mount. This is an impressive showing on the ground from Studebaker.
What's he trying to prove?
Perhaps Victor Young scouted him and knew that he was quite the stand-up fighter. And so Studebaker throws the curveball and says, all right, fine, we're going to fight on the ground. Time. And that ends round one.
Now, Victor Young, is that really his name, or is that just something he told us?
Well, we don't know. Unfortunately, we really didn't know much about him before his amnesia. We have to, I guess we believe it. I'd assume so.
He's tired. His legs are tired.
But you never can tell.
Push the pace.
And fans, we'd like to remind you that we are just a little over 9 minutes away from HCL 15, hunting the Sascrotch. If you haven't already, contact your cable provider to order HCL 15. Dwayne DeRacha, TJ McAllister. The welterweight title is on the line in the main event. Also, other fights. Big fight between, as I'm pulling up the card, finding my notes right here.
Hey, look at the score.
Phil, Randy, Phil.
There is brunette, the brunette Marianne. Lovely stab woman who goes for the, works for Jack the Pussy Ripper here in lovely England.
Marianne, and did we learn the other one yet?
We have not learned the other one yet. No, we have not. I'm keeping notes on these whores.
I'm glad you are. I sure am glad you are.
I'm growing a pair of tits right now.
I know.
There's the first one. Hi, Randy. Hey, Leighton, you like pepperoni now?
Don't know how to respond to that.
Sure you do.
Don't exactly know how to respond to that, Randy. Meanwhile, Victor Young bucked off by Studebaker, goes into the open guard. He's going to try to pass, goes to half guard. And Studebaker, again, trained by Albert Munch. He's trained with Albert Munch in Idaho, fighting in Illinois, but he did a bit of a camp with Albert Munch visited him over in Idaho because Munch won't leave his own state except unless
he won't leave his own private Idaho. Is what you're saying.
He absolutely won't. And so maybe that's where Studebaker's getting this extra ground game from. It's impressive. Any way to make him more of a well-rounded fighter, but Victor Young seems to be neutralizing that a lot. It's very much back and forth. Victor Young trying to posture up to stand up here. And he's going to try to stand up against the cage. And there he is. Nope. And they got an over-under right now. Fans, just a reminder, 7 minutes till HCL 15 begins. Again, the main event, Dwayne DeRacher defending his welterweight championship against TJ McAllister. And the middleweight semifinals, the middleweight tournament continues as Gustav the Goose Ackerman takes on Steve Bonaventure and Kenny Slim Lindley takes on Anthony Rosario. Delmar Perkins is in action against Big Ray Peterson, their debuting fighter. And of course, big knee by Young. And the man that Young lost to in his last fight, Ishmael Bowerstern, will be in action in the opening contest.
Love that, man. That's my boy.
But we thank you for joining us here for the preliminary fights. This is our third of 3. Starting with HCL 16, your preliminary card will feature 2 preliminary fights. That way we can have time to preview the card that you're about to watch as well. But Victor Young goes to mount right before the round comes to an end. Not a lot of striking, but a lot of action back and forth, very close between the two of them.
It's been a very close one. A lot of ground games, so it's been kind of not a lot of punching, not a lot of that, but it wasn't bad.
That's right, not a lot of punching, but you know sometimes you have to fill a little bit like this. But we're gonna see the third round in just a moment. As there's the takedown, and when it's this close, takedowns like that might be enough to give the judge a reason to give the round in your favor, and that knee will certainly have been the biggest strike of the round, that knee, and we see it again.
Right in his gray-ass beard.
Catches him in the chest and the chin. Again, can't see it enough. It just makes it really...
Oh, that's great. Too bad it wasn't a knockout.
You know, we always like to see a knockout here. We enjoy the action, the knockout, and there we get to see our third fight.
That is Elizabeth.
So we have Catherine, Marianne, and Elizabeth. The 3 ladies from Jack. What was it again?
Jack the Pussy Ripper.
Jack the Pussy. Okay. And round 3 coming up. Young and Studebaker. It's everything to play for at this point. It could go either way. I've got Young winning that second round. The first round really close, maybe too close to call for me. There's a danger of leaving it in the hands of the judges. It's really, really a dangerous thing because you don't know what they're scoring for. Are they going to value takedowns more than they are strikes? Are they going to see some guy on top who may not be doing a lot and consider that he's winning that fight? You don't know. That's why it's important to finish your fights.
Either way, Victor's not going to remember what the fuck happened.
That's true. If he takes enough shots to the face, then it might just continue. We always hope that the next punch he takes will be the one that jars his brain enough to his amnesia.
And he runs screaming out of the octagon-like structure. Oh, Jesus.
Might happen, too. And, another big shot. Victor Young dives in with reckless abandon, trying to finish this fight. The uppercut dropped him.
I missed. Asshole.
This is the takedown. Victor Young takes it. Takedown, gets his own takedown with relative ease. It might not be good for Rondo Studebaker right now, but this crowd is really getting behind him. And nice teep from Victor Young, attacking the body. Studebaker deciding to slug it out. This might have been what it should have been his strategy earlier on. I think Victor Young is making a case for this fight that he wants to win. Doesn't want to do anything too drastic that he might jeopardize himself. You might have the win at this point, and just as I say that, Studebaker got the hooks in. He could be going submission, moves to mount. This is not good for Young, able to neutralize him before he starts teeing off with a minute to go. 50 seconds to go. And Victor Young needs to just slow this pace down. If he can grind this out, he'll have a victory. But Studebaker, you kind of wish this urgency was there earlier on in the fight.
Urgent, emergent. Oh, shit.
10 seconds to go, and I think it's too little too late for Rondo Studebaker here in his debut. This fight comes to a conclusion. We'll go to the judge's decision as Rondo Studebaker and Victor Young both look after a much needed win. And there was the up that dropped Studebaker early. He gets back up, comes right under the chin, under the jawline, almost in the throat. You can't imagine that's the intention, but my goodness. And there,
yeah, good throat punch.
And Victor Young diving in, looking to finish the fight, nearly did. Gregory Defoe in a very good position. Well, let's get the judge's decision to find out who takes this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score it 29-28, 29-28, and 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, the Caveman.
Shocker.
Young takes it, winning by popular choice. An impressive showing, a win that is much needed for him.